story, how she was directed there. But when I found out, I was interested in knowing what was down there, because when we came to this country in the early 50s, spent a lot of time there. That was the Hungarian neighborhood. I was born in Budapest during the Second World War, and that's where all the Hungarians were at that time. So I thought, I'm going to go down to Delray and see what is there. And what was there is a great person, a great man. That's with a capital G, an uppercase P, a great person, a really, truly wonderful person. 2 reasons I know this. I decided to volunteer down there with John from 2002 to 2012, the last 10 years that John was down there, and I saw it firsthand. And the key was, as Nancy Earl said in her poem and other people have mentioned, is love. John loved those kids down in Delray. He loved the older kids, he loved the young adults, he loved everyone. The young kids reciprocated right away. It took a while for the older people, but he loved the kids. And it isn't just that he loved them, he knew how to get things done for them. He loved the white kids, the black kids, the Hispanic kids, and if we had Asians down there, I don't think we do, he'd love the yellow kids. But John was so good with people, he even loved the Republicans in the Grosse Ile Road. To contribute over $100,000 over the 10-year period. We're a little flood in the Detroit River, downriver there, but we knew what John was doing was from the heart and was effective. And what I mean by that was things like, the first thing when I asked John, what can we do? He thought a while and he said, look at this drinking water. Now this is going to be a very familiar theme, but at that time, he said, look at this drinking water. It was sort of brown, sort of yellow, sort of stunk. He said, what can you do about this? So we arranged to have the system back flushed a couple of times. We put in a couple of new refrigerated drinking fountains with new lines. We put in a new hot water system. We cleaned up the drinking water. We didn't know how significant that was at the time. Wanted a big summer program. He had all these little kids that wanted to be a part of the summer program that Michelle was so active in, but he wanted to hire the local teenagers. Minimum wage, but it's a job, and those teenagers had 8 to 10 younger kids that they were responsible for. And I mean responsible. If you got hired, John made sure that you showed up every day, you showed up on time, you knew what those 8 to 10 little kids were supposed to be doing and what they were actually doing. And if you couldn't, John said, goodbye, sorry, but there's someone else in the neighborhood who can do this. He taught them responsibility, that, as well as a little money and so on. There are a number of things. He also got us to sponsor field trips because John wanted those kids to know there's a world outside Southwest Detroit. There's a world outside Delray. He wanted to take them to University of Michigan, the Science Center, the Grosse Ile Nature Area. And I remember that raggedy school bus going south on I-75. And the kids are saying, we're going up north, we're going south to the nature area on Grosse Ile, but that's all right, they were going up north. And it's things like that. John knew what the kids needed. Some things were obvious. They needed warm coats in winters. You'd see kids come into that center without coats. In the summer, you'd see them without shoes. What is this? So, we contributed coats. Oh, Christmas parties. We got the high school kids from Grosse Ile in the Interact Club, the local Rotary High School Club, to start Christmas parties down there in 2003. And they've been doing them ever since. And that's with Santa, that's with presents, that's with goodies, that's with the little girl, I'm not going to mention who it is, that is about 7 years old. This is the best day of my life. She meant it. John did a great job of those things. Oh, okay, I said there were 2 reasons I knew John was a great person, a truly great person. The second reason, great with respect to what? You have to have a baseline. Great with compared to whom or what? John is no longer there. There's someone else there who's taken that job. There are other programs, and I'm not going to name any names or mention any programs, but we didn't know how great a person John was until John wasn't there. John, the little kids in Delray still love you. The little kids in Delray miss you. The older kids, the young adults miss you. The adults miss you. Thank God for John Williams. To the great